Hey guys, what's going on? How are we all doing? Today, I found another game that was recommended to me by one of my friends down here at uni. And it's called Anatomy. It's by Kitty Horrorshow on itch.io. You can go and download it now. But the premise, I believe, is it's a house that every time you reset the game, it changes and it starts learning and like remembering what you've done in the previous level, and it's like a living, breathing house. I cannot wait to shit myself. Um, it's currently 1 a.m., so I am definitely gonna shit myself because I am pretty much alone in the uni flat today. But let's just jump straight in, see how this goes, and I'll try and not have a heart attack. Sit back, enjoy. Feel free to leave any games you want me to play down that way. And without further ado, let's get going. All right, here we go. Oh, I can. Yeah, this is the okay. Um, Already off to like that eerie VHS style, and I can't seem to open any of the doors. I can't see a damn thing either. Kitchen looks. I was gonna say kitchen looks normal. There is a glowing red cassette player. Fine.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection, even buildings for the commemoration of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
I didn't understand a word he was going on about. Which room's the dining room? I can't get into any of the rooms. Okay, I will shut my mouth. Here's the cassette. Oh dear, can I have it please? Thank you.
The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself, nor regards said shelters with such reverence and import. Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy toward their homes? There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves.
I don't like this already. What? How are they just spawning in? In the toilet. Cassette.
The anatomy of the house is such that this analogy is less superficial than at first it may seem. To carry it further, if we were to dissect a house as we might a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of a house and those of a human body.
How about this, right? We don't dissect anyone or anything. We don't have to go dissecting houses or humans. Let's not dissect things. Let's leave the fucking house. I swear to God, I didn't even see where that other tape was. I think it's at the garage. But where the fuck is that? That's my question. There it is.
For example, let us examine the living room. Often the dominant space of a house's ground level, as well as typically the center of activity in a well-populated home, the living room is very much the heart of the house. While a human heart circulates blood to oxygenate the body's extremities, the living room circulates people, activity, communication. It is the room most likely to be found beating, as active and vivacious as its name would imply. The comparison is only strengthened when we consider also that the living room is most commonly the room to contain the fireplace, making it additionally a locus of actual physical heat.
Right. Is it bad? I kind of understand that analogy. I'm just wandering around the house. Is this the living room? I think it is. Where is this tape of which the game speaks? Don't mind me. I won't be interrupting your dinner. How the fuck? I got told the next one's in the living room, but where's the living room? Oh, okay. This game has a really weird sense of eeriness to it because of like the static coming off of the player and how quiet it is apart from the tapes just appearing.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend or long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that it is difficult to shake the impression that the house, through its lightless windows, is a creature capable of vision and intelligence.
Now, just gonna point something out here. Why the fuck are there just two photos of the anatomy on the wall? I know this game's called Anatomy, and I'm aware we're talking about the anatomy of a house, but that's not a house. That's a person, and that person has a ribcage, and his ribcage is then being opened to see his lungs. I don't quite like this house. There's the tape. Into the cassette. Oh.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom, dreams are dreamt, passions are ignited, epiphanies are experienced in cold sweat at early hours. In the bedroom is where people invariably spend the majority of their time, though comparatively little of it whilst conscious.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what is happening in terms of why we just learning the anatomy of a house. Something ain't right.
And yet this analogy is an incomplete one, for obviously the mind is an exceedingly complex thing. If the bedroom represents the thinking, dreaming part of the brain, then it is the basement that represents those lower, unconscious parts. The basement is dark. It is buried. It is a place full of cobwebs where memories are stored. A poignant comparison, truly. Often the unnerving uncertainty that comes with considering the deeper aspects of the human psyche is not unlike gazing down at the swimming blackness pooled at the bottom of a basement stairwell. It is a place we spend our childhoods filling with monsters that will lay for years in patient silence. It is a place that, barring some specific errand, we seldom ever want to go.
Oh, of course, yeah, because why wouldn't there be a tape in the basement? Why, in every single fucking horror game, is there some form of basement, and why is there a tape in it? I did not see this door in the kitchen. This game fucking jump scares me. That shouldn't have jumped me. I'm far too on edge right now.
Of course, this comparison, though appropriate, is a very heavy-handed one, and often the basement is little more than a storage space littered with the corpses of spiders and woodlice. While poets and psychoanalysts no doubt dread the thought of a dark basement, in truth, it is the bedroom, the waking mind, that place of dreams, that is actually the most frightening of all.
Why say that? Why tell me that, and then tell me, oh, go on, off you go, up to the master bedroom. Now I don't want to go up, but I know I have to, and you're going to be a big asshole about it. Thank you. No. Why are you up here? Can you go away, please?
It is here, in the bedroom, that we are at our most vulnerable. Each night we shut our senses to the world for hours at a time, trusting in the house to keep us safe until next we wake. In this state of extreme vulnerability, we will spend something like 20% of our lives. Anything might stand beside us, watch us, keep us company until dawn, and we would never perceive it. We can only pray that the house will not let such things carry on as we sleep. In this way, during these hours, the bedroom seems less like a mind and more like a mouth. For it is here that the house is most likely to betray us. It is here that we place ourselves most at the house's mercy and spend each night hoping that it will not bite down.
Knock. What? What just happened? No, I need a fucking minute to just realise what's just happened. What the fuck was that? I got told it's the most vulnerable place, hope it doesn't bite down, and the game just shut. And now the game's all acting all... Now the game's all acting all fucking weird. What on fucking earth? Okay, slight clothing change. But that is then gonna wrap that up there. I don't even know how to respond at the minute. I think I just got killed off by a house. What? But thank you guys very much for watching. I'm definitely gonna continue doing this. This game has put me on edge, unlike any other game that I've played in a while. So I will definitely be playing this again. If you do want to see that, please do let me know down below. Please do feel free to subscribe, because then I can continue playing this type of stuff to you guys, and maybe branch out, continue it, just keep contained in this horror little area. But do let me know. Thank you very much, and I will see you all shortly.